What's up, YouTube? It's Onion Bomb here, and welcome to my playoff predictions for the 2018-2019 season playoffs. The playoff picture just fell into place. I'm going to tell you guys how I think it's going to all go down. Also, if you guys did not see all season, I did all these game predictions for all week 1 through 17. I did them a little bit differently. I did my prediction. I gave what I thought the game was going to turn out, and I gave a Bulls prediction by putting the two teams that were playing in a game on a piece of paper, two pieces of paper each, and I put them in a bowl. I randomly spun it around, and I picked out whose ever team was on that piece of paper would be who the Bull thought was winning. And then I did Madden franchise mode simulation to see who Madden thought was going to win that week as well. And I'm definitely going to implicate that in this. If you guys are new, that's just for you. If you guys have been here all season, you guys probably knew that. But basically, I'm going to start out by telling you guys how I think the playoffs are going to go down. And then we'll get the Bulls prediction and then Man's prediction. So we're going to just basically, I'm going to do the entire playoffs and the Super Bowl. So you guys should see a bracket on screen and how this is going to go down. And I'm going to do my bracket first. Then we're going to have Man's bracket, and then we're going to have the Bulls bracket. So let's get down with it. First off, wild card weekend with the AFC first. We'll do that. We'll do the Colts versus the Texans first. The Texans won their division as a third seed, and the Colts got those wild card as 6th seed with a victory over the Tennessee Titans. The Texans finished 5-11, and the Colts finished 10-6. They both beat each other once this season. This is going to be a good game. It's a playoff game. It's divisional game. Their third meeting. It's going to be a good game. I think the Texans are going to win and move on in this one, because I just think the Texans are the slightly better team. I guess it's indicated in their record. They have one more win, and I just think they're just pretty much the better team than the Colts. I did not think the Colts were even going to make the playoffs this year. I didn't even think the Colts were going to be any good this year. I'll be the first to admit I slept on them. But I just can't see them going any farther in the playoffs. And I think I like the Texans. I think they're pretty good of a team. So I think they're going to be able to get it done over their divisional rival, the Indianapolis Colts. Now for the second wild card in the AFC, we have the Chargers versus the Ravens. Now, the Ravens, unfortunately, because I'm a Steelers fan, won their division at 10-6, and they're the 4th seed, and the Chargers are the 5th seed at 12-4. Crazy, but when there's another team that's better than you in your division, that's just somehow when it goes unfair. I have the Chargers winning this one. I think the Chargers are going to be able to get it done against the Ravens. This game was already played. The Ravens won. They could definitely do it again. But I just think the Chargers are at 12-4, man. They're just, even at 50, they're just too good to go 1-out. I know you guys probably think I'm biased for because I'm a Steelers fan for that one. But that's honestly just truly what I think. I think the Chargers are the better team, and they're going to be able to beat the Ravens. I know Ravens have home field, but I like to say at time, I really don't think home field, it is an advantage, but it truly doesn't make a difference because teams beat other teams at their home field all the time. So I don't take home field advantage into 100% recommended as a factor. So that would paint the divisional round as the Texans taking on the Patriots and the Chargers taking on the Chiefs. So, but before we get into that, we're going to go to the other wild cards for the NFC. The Eagles versus the Bears. Nick Foles is crazy. I'm not sure if he's hurt or not. I know he wasn't expected to return in the Redskins game. I believe I saw that somewhere. Nick Foles is crazy that he got them to the postseason. Be a good team in the Rams and a bunch of other good teams to get there. but I think the Bears are going to win this one. Eagles are 6th seed, by the way, at 9-7, and Bears are the 3rd seed at 12-4. I think 12-4, 11-5. That's the only one I don't really know at the top of my head. I think it's 12-4. But yeah, Bears. I just think they're kind of like the Chargers and Ravens. I think the Bears are just too good of a team to lose round 1 in the playoffs. That defense is probably going to be too much for the Eagles, Nick Foles. And yeah, I believe the Bears are going to be able to beat the Eagles. So they're going to move on. Unfortunately, Nick Foles is not going to get it done this year for the 2nd time in a row. At least I don't think so. Next up, we have the Seahawks versus the Cowboys. Cowboys won their division at 10-6, 4th seed. And the Seahawks got a wild card at 10-6 too, as 5th seed. Seahawks versus the Cowboys. I think this is the first upset I'm gonna have, because the lower seed's winning. But I'm gonna have to take the Seahawks to beat the Cowboys. I truly think they're the better team. Seahawks shocked me this year. I thought they were gonna be like pretty good. I didn't know they were gonna be like playoff good. But hey, I think they are. Cowboys. I mean, Cowboys can make a run, but I think the Seahawks are gonna advance this time around. That's just what I think. So I'm gonna have the Seahawks beat the Cowboys and move on further in the playoffs. So that makes that divisional round as the Bears going up against the Rams and the Seahawks going up against the Saints. So now jumping back to the AFC, that divisional round, we have the Texans going up against the Patriots. The 3rd seeded Texans against the 2 seed Patriots. And of course, I'm taking the Patriots to win. I don't think they're going to go out one and done in the playoffs, even though they have a first round bye. And even though they had a couple questionable losses this season, they still finished 11-5, still pretty good. And the Texans have played the Patriots. This Texans team has played them last season and this season twice, and both lost close games. I think the Patriots and the Texans might develop a little bit of a kind of a rivalry, not a rivalry, but something that my team, the Steelers, has with the Steelers. I think the Texans are going to kind of like just not be able to beat the Patriots. I know most teams aren't able to beat the Patriots, but I think it's going to be really something with the Texans and the Patriots going forward. And I think it's going to kind of start this season, and the Texans are going to lose to the New England Patriots. And the New England Patriots, for however many years in a row, are going to go to an AFC championship. I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, but it's just what I think is going to happen. And the next and much more interesting AFC divisional round game that I have is the Chargers going up against the Chiefs. Chargers, 5th seed. Chiefs, 1st seed. But it doesn't matter. They both finished 12-4. They both beat each other once this season. They're divisional rivals. They're both really good teams. They both could make a run. If this wasn't though, I think this could be the AFC Championship if this wasn't the divisional round, if that makes sense. But unfortunately, this is just early in the playoffs, so one team has to make it. Other team doesn't. I've been turning my head about this one. This is the only one I truly didn't know what to pick. The Chargers most recently beat them. The Chiefs week 1. The Chiefs week 1 had Kareem Hunt and don't have him anymore. But it doesn't matter because they've still been looking really good, like a really good team. Pat Mahomes, Phillip Rivers. That Chargers choke. Chiefs have just talented, but the Chargers are way talented. What happens? I think the Chiefs get it done. And get the 2nd win this season against the Chargers. And unfortunately, even though they showed a ton of promise, Phillip Rivers once again gets a playoff loss and not a Super Bowl win. And remember, this is only my prediction. I'm sorry if you're a Chargers fan or nothing. This is only my prediction. I'm stupid. This could go completely different ways. We just have to see when it gets there. So That makes my AFC Championship a game that already happened this season. Patriots versus Chiefs. Now, NFC. First division round, Bears at Rams. This happened once. The Bears beat the Rams. Second seeded Rams, third seeded Bears. I think the Rams get it done this time around. I just think the Rams are going to be able to get it done. This is going to be a really good division round too, if it actually happens this way. I just think the Rams are going to be able to beat the Browns this time. Bears this time. And yeah, really, Rams finished 13-3, Bears 12-4. Bears beat the Rams. It's not really like a matter of who's the better team. It's just who can get it done. I think this is gonna be a really good game. But I'm just seeing the Rams be able to pull it away. And alright, next up we have the Seahawks, 5th seed, going against the number 1 seed, Saints. And of course, going with the Saints. A lot of people's Super Bowl pick. Will it be mine? We'll have to wait and see. But I think the Saints are going to go to the NFC Championship, be able to beat the Seahawks. Seahawks are pretty good, but as they're only the 5th seed, I think they do fall here to a much better team in the Saints. Just because the Saints are just so good and show so much promise. I think they're just definitely at least going to the NFC Championship here, and will definitely be able to beat the Seahawks. And even if the Cowboys manage to win, I just see the Saints moving on regardless of who wins, pretty much. So that makes my NFC Championship the Rams against the Saints. So now with the championship, going back to the AFC, Patriots versus the Chiefs. This game is already played. Very, very high scoring. Very, very good game. Patriots come out on top. This time, they don't have Kareem Hunt. But it's not going to matter. They're still going to put up a good fight. This game is still going to be good. But New England's going to come out on top. And even though everyone doubted them this season, and everyone was saying, oh, Tom Brady's not a top 10 quarterback this season, and they have had very questionable losses, it's just, I think it's a New England thing to somehow sneak back into the Super Bowl again, and everyone's going to be like, including me, going to be like, me getting nervous because they're going to win the Super Bowl and get their 6, and the Steelers have 6, and they're not going to they're going to be tied with the Steelers, and I just think that New England's going to cheese their way in there, and New England's going to represent the AFC for the 3rd year in a row in the Super Bowl. Now, who are they going to face? The NFC Championship, Rams versus Saints. Everyone's hyping up the Saints, but the Rams are being hyped up too as a good team. Number 1 seed versus number 2 seed. Both of them. Both of those championships are number 1 and 2 seeds. Rams played this before. Saints won. I think it's going to be a really good game. It's really going to come down to it. This could go either way, really. Either way. But I think the Rams are going to get their revenge on the Saints, and they're going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Honestly, it's just a gut feeling of mine. I knew from the beginning of the season the Rams are going to make a run this season, and they could definitely beat the Saints. The Saints could definitely beat them, but a lot of people are hyping up the Saints. I just think the Saints are going to fall just short, and the Rams are going to get in, and it's going to be Patriots-Rams for Super Bowl, and that is my Super Bowl prediction. Now, who do I have winning? I have the Rams winning the Super Bowl. New England might be able to cheese their way in the Super Bowl, but they're not going to be able to come out on top. Even though I just gave them compliments. It's true, Tom Brady hasn't been playing as good as he normally has. And I think that could be enough for him to get into the Super Bowl, but it's not going to be enough for a win. I think the Rams are going to be able to win and bring the first Super Bowl to LA, and they are going to be world champions. And that is my NFL playoff prediction for the 2018-2019 season. But that's just my opinion. Let's get a second opinion. We got the bowl here, folks. Let's reset the bracket here and see what the bowl thinks is going to go down. If you guys don't know, I have a bowl right here, if you guys can hear it. I don't have video just to save me time for editing, because the playoffs are actually coming up pretty soon here, this weekend. So I'm just going to pick the two teams. First off, we got first wildcard team. We got the Colts and Texans. They're going in the bowl. As you guys can see, I'm not looking. You're just going to have to trust me. I'm getting nothing. If there's no reason for me to cheat here for anything. My team's not even in the Super Bowl, so it doesn't even matter to me. The bowl is going to agree with me, actually, and say the Texans are going to beat the Colts in their wild card game. Now, for the next AFC one, the Chargers at the Ravens. I'm just going to talk while I'm spinning this and just see who the bull has. The bull's going to say the Ravens actually get this one. I have the Ravens. Okay. That's definitely different from me. So it could still happen. They did it once. They can do it again. So I believe that makes Ravens are the 4th seed. Texans are the 3rd. So I think that makes Patriots and Ravens going against Texans and Chiefs. Hopefully I am correct there. So next up for the NFC, Eagles at the Bears. We're going to see, will the Bull buy into the Nick Foles hype, or will it go with the Bears? And the Eagles is what the Bull picks. So the Bull is going with the Nick Foles hype and saying that it could happen again. That's pretty crazy. Maybe. Next up, we have the Seahawks at the Cowboys. I'm saying at kind of subconsciously, so I hope I'm getting. I think so far I haven't been slipped up. I have gone the right home fields, but if I do, just ignore me. I really mean versus and not at. But this time, the Bull is going to take another different prediction from me and say the Cowboys are going to win that one. I mean, they're the higher seeding. I don't know if they're the better team. They have the same record. I guess it could happen. So, yeah, with that, the Cowboys at the 4th seed, we're going to have it's going to be Saints and Eagles. Rams at Cowboys. So yeah, that's what the Bowl has. Let's go on with the 1st seeded Chiefs going up against the 3rd seeded Texans in the first divisional matchup of the AFC, and we have the Texans coming up top and going to the AFC Championship. All right. Doesn't want the Chiefs in there. All right. Patriots Ravens. Let's see what I got there. We got the 4th seeded Ravens, 2nd seeded Patriots swirling around. Bulls made its pick, and it's gonna be the New England Patriots going to the AFC Championship. Patriots, Texans. Let's see what the Bull has for the NFC. Saints, Eagles. Let's go. Give it a little twirl. Let's see what it has. Bull has been picked, and it's going to be the Saints going to the NFC Championship. Nick Foles couldn't quite do it, but the Bull has Nick Foles going farther than I do. Alright, and then for the last divisional round, as I drop the piece of paper, Rams at the Cowboys. Let's see what they have, and it's the Cowboys going to the NFC Championship. Okay. Well, we definitely already have a disagree. There's a chance there that the Bull agrees with me, but it doesn't agree with me completely on the Super Bowl because New England's still in there, but the Rams just got eliminated. So let's see what the Bull has for the Super Bowl. AFC Championship. Texans at the Patriots. We have the Patriots going to the Super Bowl. So me and the Bull are in agreement with that. But let's see who it has for the NFC. Saints or the Cowboys. We have the Cowboys. Oh my goodness, guys! I promise I'm not doing anything weird picking this. I'm picking it exactly how I did all regular season with the games. But oh my goodness, the reason I'm so stressed about this is because this is my hell for the Super Bowl as a Steelers fan, because both of these teams are at 5 Super Bowl wins. So if this is the Super Bowl, that means it's just, alright, Steelers, you're getting tied with most Super Bowls. It's just a matter of who. And let's see who the Bowl has. It's loving the Cowboys, but is it going to go with the Patriots? And the pick is the New England Patriots. The Bowl has the New England Patriots winning its 6th Super Bowl. I mean, at the end of the day, even though it had probably the Cowboys going further than they should, as much as I hate to say it as a Steelers fan, and just as probably as any other person would hate to say it, that's not out of the picture as the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. So, yes, I have the Rams, Bull has the Patriots. Let's see what Madden does. Because before this, I pre-did simulations. I simmed all the games in Play Now simulations. So let's see what Madden has. So, for the one last time, reset the bracket. Alright. For Madden's Colts versus the Texans, Madden also has the Texans winning 35-26. So we're in 3-way agreement there that the Texans are beating the Colts. No one had the Colts going far. Next, for the next AFC wild card, we have the Chargers. There's the Ravens. Sorry, not Raiders. And Madden's gonna have the Chargers win 41-6 in a complete blowout. Crazy on that one. Next, for the Eagles versus the Bears, Madden has the Bears winning 28-27. Very close game. And for the Seahawks versus the Cowboys, Madden has the Cowboys winning 31-27. So, it agrees with the Bull with the Cowboys, but all the other ones it agrees with me with. And the Texans is a 3-way agreement. So, for that, the divisional round for Madden is Texans versus the Patriots. And Madden has the Texans winning 34-10. It's going to be much closer than that if the Texans can pull that off. Chargers versus the Chiefs. Madden has a thriller going into overtime, but the Chiefs coming out on top 37-34. I like that they had that game going into overtime. That's going to be a very close game. Next for the NFC divisional round, Bears versus the Rams. Madden has the Rams winning 34-31. And then it has the Cowboys versus the Saints. And Madden has the Cowboys winning 35. And as you guys know, that the Cowboys beat the Saints in the regular season. So I guess that's not that far-fetched before people like me. The initial reaction was, whoa. But yeah. So that makes the AFC Championship for Madden, Texans and Chiefs, and the NFC Championship, Cowboys and Rams. So first, the AFC Championship, Texans versus the Chiefs. Madden's taking the Texans to win 28-14, advancing the Texans to the Super Bowl. And then for the NFC Championship, Cowboys versus the Rams. Madden's gonna have the Rams win 34-27, advancing them to the Super Bowl. So Madden 19's prediction, the same game I used for the regular season, has Texans versus the Rams as the Super Bowl. Who wins? Madden, through Play Now simulations, has the Houston Texans as Super Bowl champions, 44-25. That wraps it up. I kind of like the Super Bowl champions being the Texans, because they're kind of like a team that like no one's like expecting to go to the Super Bowl, but everyone knows like, oh yeah, they're good. Because people can see the Chiefs in, I think people can see the Chargers, New England, but like people are kind of sleeping on the Houston Texans, I feel like. So I kind of like that. And of course people all know like Saints, Rams, maybe even the Bears going to the Super Bowl. Of course, Man was agreeing with me. It's kind of weird because the Bull was in agreement with me that the Patriots are going, but Madden was agreement with the Rams. And of course, my Super Bowl prediction is Patriots-Rams, with Rams coming out on top. So that was kind of cool. Like we agreed to an extent, and I kind of like full on agreed. So yeah. For one last time here, my Super Bowl champion prediction is going to be the Rams. The Bowl is going to be the Patriots. And Madden is going to be the Texans. I have an NFC. Bull and Man have AFC. I really hope the Bull's prediction isn't right. I don't really care if the Madden's prediction is right or mine prediction is right. So I think some people are probably going to think we're all sleeping on the Texans. I mean, not the Texans, the Saints. Well, probably me, because I'm the only like real person here. So you guys can only really come at me. You can't really come at a Bull or a video game for predicting. But maybe I'm sleeping at the Saints. I could definitely see the Saints beating the Rams and then going to the Super Bowl. But yeah, I believe the Super Bowl champion is going to be either Rams or Saints. And for me personally, I'm leaning towards the Rams. But it could go either way. So yeah, that is mine, the Bull and Madden's Super Bowl and playoff prediction. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys watch my entire prediction series for all the regular season and the regular season recap, I hope you guys did enjoy all that. If you didn't, I mean, I guess it's not too late to check it out, but just, kind of old news. But even if you didn't, there's still one more prediction kind of episode thing I'm going to do, and that's going to be a playoff recap. This is going to take place after the playoffs. Pretty much I'm going to take the bracket of the playoffs that actually went down in real life and kind of compare it to my prediction, the Bulls' prediction, and Madden's prediction to see how far we were off, how close we were, and maybe even one of us predicted the playoffs 100% completely right. And I really hope it's not the Bull, because the Bulls, yeah, Patriots and Cowboys, not good for me for a Steelers fan. But hey, maybe it's good for you. I don't know. That's going to be the end of this playoff prediction, though. Hope you guys enjoyed it. What do you guys think? I know if I didn't have your team going far away, I might get some hate in the comments. It's alright. Feel free to let me know where I messed up or didn't. But this is just all my opinion. Let's see how we do next year. Did your team make the playoffs? Did it not? Mine didn't. The Steelers didn't, unfortunately. But there is always next year. So yeah, just talk to me in the comments. Tell me, let's talk about football. What you guys want, or who you think you're going to win, who you want to win, because that's a big difference sometimes. And who's your favorite team? Just tell me some opinions in the comments. Alright, this video is pretty long, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike. Subscribe or don't subscribe. You know, it's always up to you. I'll see you guys in the next video you watch of me. Goodbye. Bye.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.